Okay, so this video is gonna be quite unscripted. I just saw that the Caleb trailer, like for the rerun, dropped, and I actually am pretty hyped, not for that, but what will come afterwards. Because I came to this realization, right? I realized that the multi-banner that's most likely going to be happening after this is going to be running at the same time as as Valentine's Day and Chinese New Year. Look. I feel like some people will not realize how hyped this is because, okay, if you played Genshin, like I unfortunately have, I remember back during like every single Chinese New Year, they would have the Lantern Rite, and it was always the most hype event of the year. Except for the patch updates, it was literally always the most hype. And I feel like Infold is no exception because it's also a Chinese company. And I remember what they did last year, and at least to me, I think that the Wander and Wander event is quite honestly the best banner that they have ever released. This is a bit of a side tangent, but I'm still salty that I never got to pull for this because honestly, if it reran, and I hope it does soon, then I will pull for like probably all of the cards low-key. I mean, maybe if I just run out of diamonds I won't, but every single one is a banger. Yeah, unfortunately I started playing in March of last year, so I did end up missing it, but I just think it's amazing and I can't wait for it to rerun. I especially like Raphael's, but all of them are great. And even though that was a bit of a tangent, I think that it leads me to my main point that, bro, they are definitely going to incorporate like Chinese themes into this multi. They have to, right? I mean, shit, I might be wrong, I guess, but like they have the opportunity right there. It's February 17th and like right next to the Valentines. Surely they can come up with a really good banner that has both Chinese New Year themes or just generally maybe ancient China type themes, as well as the Valentine's hype, you know, Valentine's romance, something like that. To address a possible current event that people might be thinking about, I did hear about how they finally increased the age rating in the App Store from 12 plus to 16 plus. You know, it's about time. I think that honestly, even though people are trying to predict that the next multi will be a little freaky, I don't think that that's necessarily true. I think it's just something that they had to do eventually, and it just happened to be now. I mean, I wouldn't mind if that's actually the case, if those predictions are correct, but like, I don't think it's necessarily correlated. If I wanted to get into like actual specific predictions, I think that the thing that I would like to see is they went for a more traditional ancient Chinese theme where the guys are dressed up in like a red traditional hanfu. I am literally immediately folding. I will give all of my diamonds to this banner. I'm not gonna say that this is actually gonna happen because this is just me daydreaming and getting ultra specific, but think about it. The MC walks into this square that's a bustling celebration. There's a huge festival going on. Obviously, we all know which one. And then she's walking under a million lanterns. And then she looks up and sees someone who's walking and everybody else is getting out of the way. It must be some kind of royalty or something. And he has a bunch of flowers in his hand. He's dressed up in the traditional clothing and he walks up to you in the cutscene and he goes, "I've finally found you. Let's celebrate this together." I swear I'm not crazy. I can completely imagine it. Dude, this would be such an amazing banner, and I feel like they have such a good opportunity on their hands, even if they don't do anything like that. I feel like the combo of Valentine's Day and Chinese New Year is just so perfect this year that they just have to, right? Anyway, this was just me yapping about the whole hype here. I think that obviously since the reruns for the myths are only a week long, you know, this isn't anything too crazy. I'm sure it'll be wrong, and we'll find out about it in exactly a week. So, you know, I might as well have the hype while I can, right? And if I'm not wrong, that would be so sick. It would seem like I have a whole prophecy on my hands, you know? And if you've made it this far and liked my yammering at all, then you should definitely subscribe. I have a lot more better scripted videos than this on my channel compared to this thing, so you should definitely check them out. Alright, see ya.